and welcome to our 5th annual Playwrights Festival. And kicking off this evening, we have a fantastic weekend planned of new works and words that will move you, that will inspire you, that make you go, huh, and make you do it all over again. I'm so excited to have our friend of the theater, Marilynn, with us this evening, and to kick things off. But before we do, want to remind you that ELF auditions are coming up in October. We also have Clue. We're having rehearsals right now as we speak. And Clue will be the first weekend in October. And we have a new youth theater company called Directions, and they are performing the Fairy Tale Network, and that will be taking place September the 16th. So please go visit our website, imperialcenter.org/theater, and find out how you can get involved. And thank you so much for being here and helping us kick off this wonderful event. And I will get off the stage and turn it over to our fantastic playwright.
Oh, that's right. Thank you all for coming out. Most of you have attended my plays in the past, and yet you still come back. So thank you so much. It's always, I don't know why I'm nervous. You know, my work's done. But I will give you a little bit of sneak preview. Adult language and subject matter. I know that surprises you. So if you hear a fuss, don't freak. That's okay. I will tell you that this cast is freaking amazing. They've only had, we started Sunday night, and so we've only had like 4 rehearsals, and everybody wasn't here for all 4, so keep that in mind. But these are people who I've worked with in the past in one way or the other, and I am so delighted and proud of them. And they're going to come out and introduce themselves, and I'm going to shut up and let them deliver my play. I'm not going to tell you too much. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, except afterwards, if you are inclined, we will have a little talk back, and you can say something if it's nice. And let my wonderful cast come out. And I'm going to let each of them introduce themselves and their name.
I'm Catherine Bortner.
I'm Briah, and I'll be playing Daddy.
Covolo, and I'll be playing Marilynn.
Briah, and I'll be reading for CHRISSY.
Otis, Chancey, and I will be the narrator. After the Fall by Marilynn, Bortner, and Anselmi. Characters are MAREE, 30-ish oldest daughter of Ruth and Daddy. Ruth, 60-ish mother of MAREE and Donalda Donnie. Daddy, 60-ish father, wheelchair-bound, stroke victim, physician. CHRISSY, 30-ish former fiancé of Donnie. Living room of the Clark home and outside CHRISSY's dog grooming business. Act 1, Scene 1. Lights up on Clark living room. Several family photos adorn tables and shelves. Enter MAREE, dressed in funeral black. As if in shock, she looks around, collapses in chair. Knocking over the closest photo, she studies it, then places it face down on same table. Sound of wheelchair clumping up the steps. She sinks back and closes her eyes.
Here we are, the summit, our Everest. Final push is always the toughest. Tuck your elbow, Daddy. Here we go.
Oh shit, my bad.
Watch the right foot rest.
Bang!
This one?
The other right, dear.
Sorry, Doc. You okay?
Exactly why we need that nice ramp installed in the back. Right, Donald?
Don't want it. Too obvious.
How do you do this on your own?
Service usually sends their
Big apes.
very nice helpers when he has an appointment.
This today, it didn't cover.
Okay, now let's see if we can.
Now, one only funeral they cover is mine.
Oh.
Don't worry, that's a joke. The stroke shot is timing, but that was definitely one of the jokes.
Oh.
Chrissy parks the wheelchair next to Marie's chair. Marie moves. Ruth takes off his hat, tries to help him arrange it.
Stop it! Not you, baby.
Our babies were all beautiful. Remember Donald's horrible temper tantrums when she was teething? Even after you dabbed your precious Glennicky on her gum.
No, you stop now. Stop.
Okay. Everything's fine. Everything's okay, see?
Okay, only you could possibly say that, especially after today.
Look who's home. Donald, our Mary Ruth.
Mary who?
Back home, finally. Let's all.
Ruth takes Marie's hand, pulling it to take Daddy's left hand. Both try to pull their hands back, as if burned. Ruth ends up holding both their hands, a bridge.
So your real name?
A beautiful combination of mine and your mother's, wasn't it, sweetie?
My mama was
A formidable woman.
It's a nice way of saying she's a bitch.
stronger and smarter than.
Donald, you don't mean that.
Sure she was, Daddy. And you'd measure that how exactly? By the number of chicken necks she could snap, or maybe you want to show off those scars on your legs from her rounds with your daddy's belt?
She never liked it, her real name. So, the first year when she went off to college, she changed it.
Ta-da! The new me, Marie, instead of
Mary Rue.
Ruth hurries up with a breathing apparatus, holding it to his mouth.
Oh, Daddy, no. Oh, this excitement. Deep breaths. That's right. In and out.
new name, no family crest or enormous shoes to fill, just freedom.
Fee for who? Donnie, she did one got to see the scholarship.
Get his water cup. Donnie, the one with the straw in the strainer next to the sink.
Yeah, we all know how she benefited from that scholarship.
Chrissy jumps up and exits. Marie stands back and picks up another photo.
Can we make the little red ball go higher?
Don't know, can we?
This picture, was this before or
One
after?
more good blow and,
I can't tell, Mom.
for heaven's sakes, one more time. Before or after what?
You know.
No, Mary, I don't.
Swap out.
What?
Exactly, before or after she walked out.
Chrissy enters with the glass, hands it carefully to Ruth.
How would I know?
Hair.
Huh?
Hair.
Chrissy takes the photo from Marie.
Her mohawk. She got it right after. So this is, yep, that's after she,
Swap out.
that stuck up medical school place about killing her. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't.
Wait a minute. You actually remember how she had her hair?
I was never so sorry about anything. Well, until,
This.
yes, this.
So her real name was.
Mine.
Donald the Third.
No testosterone, resplendent offspring, and Mom's doctor warned her that one more
Who's
kid-
ready for some coffee? The ladies from the church brought some lovely gifts and
So Donalda. Guess you guys never considered what the conservative inbred brats at school would do with that.
I always thought you guys were French. Donnie and Marie, or Mormon.
No, not friends.
Slow down, Daddy. What are you trying to say?
English, very English. Stiff upper lip and all that rubbish. First on the upstart colonial docks, right, Pop?
Doctor. First doctor in where
One of the first doctors in the Revolutionary War.
First.
Oh, right. Donnie said you had loads of doctors in your family. Why you freaked out so bad when she dropped.
Why she do that? What?
Well, it's the only way she could finally get you off.
Out.
Something so fantastically unacceptable, she knew you'd stop.
At least she got in.
Hey, I wasn't the one who wanted you to go to medical school.
Ha! With your SATs?
Yeah, and thank God they were, or I would be the one in that
Stop it!
sealed
Both of
walnut
you!
coffin.
Stop it! Today of all days, I can't take it anymore.
Miss Clark, I'll take some if you don't mind.
Beg your pardon?
Coffee. You said that the church ladies brought over some.
Yes, forgive me, Chrissy. Where are my manners?
Anybody bring that green jello salad stuff?
I'm sorry, what?
The ladies from my mom's church always bring that green jello salad things to funerals with the marshmallows.
I'll check. Can I get you two anything? Cake, pie, sandwich?
Beer.
Peas in a pod.
Go away.
Ruth and Chrissy exit. Marie stands, moves away from Daddy, looks at more photos, turning them away or face down.
Stop that.
What?
Pictures.
Oh, this?
Not yours.
Tell me about it. Documentation of her many triumphs.
She turns a photo over, shows Daddy, then faces it down.
It's not right like this.
Stop now. This is my house.
Fine, I'm stopping, but as soon as Mom squirts you out for your next nap or sponge bath or nail trim or whatever else this item requires.
She turns another picture down.
Oh, baby.
Right, and who has to wear this?
She picks up an adult bib.
You didn't do it.
Marie continues to move photos.
I decided the only way I could survive you is intentionally not listening to your shit. So this is me officially not listening.
Call her.
Not listening.
Mosh, she has you to ask.
Stop it.
Did she too sad last day before. Why didn't you call her?
Why didn't you?
He lifts his useless arm with good on.
So, you can't roll that damn thing over to the damn phone?
Daddy grabs the wheel with his left hand and the chair spins in a slow circle.
Round and round, all I can do.
Marie goes to the phone on a table, picks it up, punches numbers with one finger, then throws it on Daddy's lap.
Wonders of technology. I bet you don't even know her number. Let's see if it's on speed dial.
She picks up phone, checks it, then throws it back down on his lap, picks up his right hand, and slaps it on the buttons randomly.
No. I told you, you didn't call.
No, I didn't, Father, and neither did you. Not then or for years and years before.
Enter Ruth and Chrissy carrying plates. Ruth carries 2 beers, one with a straw.
Oh yeah. Last time I had this was Uncle Tony's funeral. Motorcycle crash 4 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear.
Nah, he was one of those old hippies, you know? Dad doing what he loved. Cop said he was going 60 around the corner. In the rain. At night. Bang. Didn't know a thing. Not a bad way to go, right?
Ruth holding out the beers, thanking bravado.
One with, one without.
Marie takes the beers, hands the one with the straw to Daddy. He has trouble holding it.
What's next? They're gonna shoot it in for your IV drip?
I can do it.
Great. Make us all proud. Something you can still actually do.
He fumbles with glass, spills some. Ruth begins to run to him.
Don't, Ruth. Let him do it.
Marie grabs her arm. Daddy holds beer and slowly brings it up to his lips, sips loudly and looks triumphantly at MAREE, smacks his lips.
See, good. You.
Ruth claps enthusiastic. CHRISSY joins in hesitating. MAREE turns away and slaps down another photo. Ruth turns to MAREE, grabs her elbow, something, finally.
What? Oh, hell no.
Mary Ruth.
Shit.
Mary Ruth.
Fine. Bravo! Bravo! Well done! As usual, Daddy dearest. Way to go.
Act 1, Scene 2. The next morning, lights up on living room. MAREE lies on couch. Enter Ruth, carrying a cup of tea. She pauses in front of some turned down photos, clutching her tea. She turns them back up.
Morning.
Oh, I didn't see you there, honey. Why are you sleeping?
It was, it was too much in our old room.
No, of course. I should have.
No, it's okay. In here, it's better, I guess.
If you'd rather not stay here.
No, I mean, if you don't mind me couch surfing, then
Is that what you young people are calling it now?
nobody's called me on in a while.
Ruth, sitting down on the couch, takes MAREE's foot and begins rubbing it. MAREE does not like this.
I feel absolutely ancient. Like every one of my bones might shatter with my next step.
All this, I mean, it's gotta be too much. Him and now this.
You know what they say about what doesn't kill us.
I hate that saying. It's a cheap-ass excuse for taking on more shit.
Mary Ruth.
MAREE sits up, putting distance between them. Ruth moves closer, reaches for MAREE, who pulls away.
Why do you always pull away? Well, it's not wrong, that cheap-ass saying. We do get stronger, I believe, if we make it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to be stronger. I want to be an amoeba. No bones, no spine, just mindless ooze.
MAREE lies back down, offers her foot. Ruth massages MAREE's calf.
Still running?
Nah, there's no time. Plus, I couldn't find a good running partner.
It's not natural, all that training. Young women aren't supposed to.
Sweat? Do amoebas sweat?
What was that horrible race thing you and Donovan did?
The Iron Man?
Yes, that's it. I was sure that it meant that you were, you know,
In shape or dead?
is that what they call it now?
I mean, would you have cared?
I hoped for grandchildren someday.
Aw, please. Besides, one doesn't preclude the other anymore.
It's not, I'm not pressuring you, it's just that.
MAREE stands. Ruth tries to pull her back to the couch.
It's okay, I really need to get up anyway. When are you on duty?
It's not duty.
Okay, well, when does the Lord of the Manor get up?
He's worn out. Yesterday was too much.
No kidding. How about for you?
I don't know. I keep wondering how I'm supposed to be feeling, what I'm supposed to be doing. All I can come up with is making tea and watching out for your father and praying for you.
Well, you can save your breath on that last one.
You're it for us now, Mary.
Well, I don't want to be.
You think after your little ones can walk, it'll be easier, but it's worse. Way worse when they get out beyond your reach.
MAREE picks up another photo of Donnie and shows it to Ruth.
How much did you know?
I knew she was lost. No, more like absent, gone. I don't know. But then she didn't tell me things neither of you two ever did. What was that?
And with him, you had enough.
Oh, Marie, when
does he have?
I won't have you speaking like that. He's still your father.
Yes, indeed.
What was that?
Sorry.
No, you aren't. What was that?
SD?
Yes. That's what you and Donald used to say when you were teenagers. What did it mean? Tell me.
Okay, it was,
What?
sperm donor?
Oh my!
Mom?
He kept asking me back then if I knew over and over. How would I? Finally, I told him. I had to say something. I told him it stood for Super Dad.
Oh my God. Do you actually buy that?
I don't know. What did any of us really know or believe?
Okay, listen, I'm sorry I said it. It's the shock. You know, that's what the ubiquitous, they say, you know, with families of suicides.
Oh, don't use that hateful word. I can't stand it.
But Mom, you do realize.
Of course I do. But you don't have to proclaim it. Hey world, look here, right here. Our daughter, our brilliant, conflicted daughter committed this horrible, irreversible act. I can't have it. I won't.
Okay. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. Were you shocked? I mean,
I'm too worn out for shock. For you?
it's not like she's been, you know, okay or even happy, right?
Mary Ruth, I don't know. Are you?
Ruth sits in a chair. Marie hovels on couch, covering herself completely in blankets.
Are you?
You're not gonna bring this up, are you?
Oh, I don't know what you're talking
Stop
about.
it, Mom.
No, I'm not. It doesn't matter now. And please don't mention it to your father.
Don't you want to know? I mean, don't you need that?
Want? Need? You know what I really need? I need her. My complicated, confused, bruised, messed up, frustrating daughter to be here right now, laughing, maybe arguing or fussing about your dad. I don't really give a damn, just here, right here, on this couch, squeezed in between us, with her mohawk or jayhawk or whatever horrible new hairstyle or tattoo she could concoct. Could we have held her right here, safe, between us forever, Mary? Made her get better. Leave that hateful poison alone if we'd known, both of us, forever. Oh God, what did I do wrong? Did you ever see what I did wrong?
Mom, it wasn't ever you.
That's not enough. Not for the rest of my life. I wish it were me.
Oh, please, Mom.
I do. Is that terrible? Some kind of sin? I've lived my 60 and some. It would be all right if I was.
Please.
It's never the brother or sisters, but us. It's somehow always the parents.
You can't think.
It's why you asked, right? You think if you
Called her after you begged me?
I didn't beg.
Repeated calls, texts, emails. What exactly constitutes begging in your book?
I shouldn't have. I told you it wasn't yours.
Dad, earlier he said.
You know he's not himself these days. You can't rely
He
on what
accused me. He bellows.
I've got to go.
Just go.
He isn't the same person. Mary, you've got to accept that. Can't you see how pitiful he's become? how he hates me for everything that I have to do for him?
Ruth, now!
Ruth rises but goes to Marie and hugs her through the blanket and exits. Marie holds her purse out from the side of the couch, pulls out her cell, and redials her messages.
Hi, Mary. Oops, Marie. It's Mom and, Daddy. I hate to bother you, but I'm worried about Donald. If you could get a minute, could you maybe try?
Marie hits replay, message repeats.
Hi, Mary. Oops, Marie. It's Mom and, Daddy. Honey, I hate to bother you, but I'm worried about Donald. If you get a minute, could you maybe try?
Act 1, Scene 3. An hour or so later, Marie sits in living room, still wrapped in the blanket, staring out, a cup of coffee next to her. Ruth pushes Daddy into the room. He has a large towel around his neck.
Sure I can't get you anything?
No, coffee's fine.
You've got to eat, Mayor Bear.
Really, I'm good.
You've got loads of things in the kitchen.
I'm
Leave her alone.
Okay, fussy Gussie. All set? Oh, I forgot your lotion. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Take on, go running.
Ruth exits. Daddy and Marie sit uncomfortable.
how'd you see
What
me?
have I do?
You first.
No, you.
Go on, man.
You see here?
Yeah, turns out our room didn't feel right, I guess.
Huh.
Yeah, you didn't approve of us sleeping down here. Come to think of it, that's why you wouldn't let either of us have a sleepover, right?
Ah.
Every girl in 5th grade had a slumber party, but not the Clark chickies. 2 children is 1 too much, I believe was your line. Imagine a household freezing our train drums, holding sails.
Ah.
All my friends were terrified of you. Did you know that? Mean old Dr. Clark. I told him it was because you had to be out all night in the emergency rooms stitching people up like Dr. Frankenstein. Makes you run people, but fascinating.
You are me.
I know. I had to come up with some excuse for your terminal crabbiness. Reattached severed limbs, spouting arterial flow, ruptured lumps of shattered humanity. The grosser I got, the less they asked. You remember Barney Klein?
Skinny kid from Big Litter.
The youngest of 6. First and only time she came over here, you told her it was a shame her parents didn't believe in birth control.
Damn horny Catholics.
But Mom, she almost made up for you. She and those double chocolate chip cookies.
Enter Ruth, carrying shaving foam.
How many dozen you figure you made over the decades?
What's that?
Goodies.
Oh, my Toll House cookies. Wanna know a little secret?
God, please no.
I can actually make them.
What? No way.
Yep. Oh, I got them up a little bit. A few walnuts here, a little touch of vanilla there. But they were those cut and bake thingies.
Oh my God. This is worse than finding the joy of sex in your sock drawer.
What?
So you're the one who bent the pages down. I always thought it was you practicing up for me.
No homemade cookies, and my parents had a sex life. I'm scarred for life.
Yep, what I told you.
Hush now. I have a razor in my hand.
She's been spraying the shaving lotion on Daddy, but has to sit down.
Mom,
My.
you all right?
Oh yeah, just running up and down those darn stairs. Give me a minute. I'm just
Mom,
a little lightheaded.
when's the last time you took your ritual morning soak?
Oh, heavens, it's been, well, at least since your dad.
Okay, yeah.
No, honey, no.
I'm insisting, and you know what a stubborn old.
Boo.
That's right, mule. I go on.
But
Get up there
Marie.
Go on now.
Feels like I'm cheating, but if you're sure, you're okay with this, Don?
That's why I was raising.
We're good, Mama, go. And we're calling your GP later on, getting that blood pressure checked.
Oh, pooh. I'm as fit as a fiddle. Just a little rundown is all. Okay. Everything okay, sweetie?
Daddy looks to Marie, who nods. He nods hesitatingly. Ruth kisses Daddy's head and hugs Marie. She almost skips out of the room. Daddy and Marie consider each other.
So,
Nah,
I should probably disclose I've never shaved anyone before.
oh, goody.
Unless legs and armpits count.
Nah,
She does this every morning. You're a royal pain in the ass, you know that? So, what's first?
Daddy points at lotion with his right hand.
Okie dokie.
She squeezes the lotion out and plops it on his cheek. He flinches.
ow!
Oh, sorry. How does she warm it up?
Hands.
Okay.
Squeezes more lotion. Rubs it briskly between her hands. Blows on it.
Let's try this.
Reapplies lotion on other cheek.
Better?
Better. No good.
Well, it's the best you're getting today. All right, turn this way so I don't do a Van Gogh on you.
Can't.
Oh, come on, you can still do something. Lift your chin.
Can't.
You can. At
Can't.
least try.
Said no, can't.
Then you belong in a freaking home.
This my freaking home, not you freaking home.
As you've made abundantly clear. How'd she stand you?
She married me, not you.
Okay, but we can divorce husbands.
Not my day.
Uh-huh. You remember the Orlocks?
German twice.
Open mindedness was never part of your repertoire.
She pulls his head to one side and shaves a cheek.
Too bad the stroke didn't paralyze her whiskers. Damn, you're still hairy.
You too.
Thanks, old man. Remember who's holding the potentially lethal instrument here.
Brad! You!
Huh?
You breath! Coffee! You!
What? My breath?
The coffee sting.
Hell, you a piece of work.
She puts the razor down and takes another drink of coffee and gets directly in front of his face and blows.
Is this better?
You!
Good. Now, let me finish this before she comes down.
Ah!
You know, the more you do, the less she has to.
Ah!
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not as good as her,
Ah!
but not bad, if I do say so myself. Which, of course, I'll have to, as always. Fine job, Mary Ruth. Thanks for your consideration.
She dries his face. He flinches at her touch. She finishes, looks around her to put towel, razor, puts them on counter, turns another photo over.
Down.
This,
Stop it.
you know, when Joanna Rosenberg's grandma died, they covered all the mirrors in the house.
I say down.
It seemed like such a, I don't know, such a real way to remember, honor somebody, make sure we notice.
Give it here.
Why?
Give it.
Tell me why.
You man.
Yeah, well, I work for the best.
Marie hands him the photo. He takes it with his right hand, looks at it, sets it down on his lap. Daddy stares as if he's never seen it before.
It's from, let's see, 10th grade track. Shit, look at those ridiculous shorts. She hated them. Always afraid her pubes were gonna pop out. Then you would know little details like, like she peed almost every time she raced. Did you know that?
No.
Ask Mom. She was there every single meet. Stuffed an extra pair of shorts in her purse just in case.
She walks to desk, pulls out Daddy's reading glasses and a magnifying glass, puts it on Daddy's lap, puts the glasses on his head.
Look. Come on, see?
Why?
This should have been her junior year. You remember? Her, her medical reprieve from school for what class? Intro to calculus or advanced physics or some shit, something horrible I made sure to avoid, but not her. She took them all. Every single excruciating one for her dear, demanding daddy. And then, when she was overwhelmed, flunking out, do you remember your brilliant solution?
Why do you do this?
Marie takes the photos, forces him to look.
No,
Bringing
look,
the
right
magnifying
here.
glass up. Sorry.
Look, right here.
She had the
Depression? 3-syllable words are a bitch, aren't they, Daddy? Yup, she sure did. Look here, right here. You see them?
Wow, don't see nothing.
Here, Daddy, and here, and here. These red scars all along her way too skinny arms. You see that? That year when you pulled her out, you really thought refilling those prescriptions over and over again was gonna help?
She all right. She all right.
Really? Just like she's all white right now?
Several beats as Daddy covers the photo with his good hand. He cries. His mourning, crying, is painful, ugly. Marie can't stand it, turns away.
Dad? You want me to?
No, not you.
Okay. God, it's just.
You.
What? Do you want me to get you something?
No, you.
Me what?
I think maybe you do this.
Do what?
Not not her.
What the hell?
Mommy talk. We say you.
Mama didn't say anything.
Yeah, you. We say you.
Oh no. No way. Why would you even?
You. Cuckoo. Don she.
Wait a minute. You think Donnie wasn't as cuckoo as me?
Yeah, she like.
What the hell did you ever know about either?
She like.
Ruth hurries in, drying her hair, wrapped in a comfy new robe.
That did me a world of good. Everything all...
She like me.
Why the fuck did I think I could come back to this place?
What's going on here? I leave you two for a
Did
few...
you hear what he just said to me?
What? What did you say, Donald?
Cuckoo.
What?
Him, of course, but you?
Would someone please tell me
Daddy picks up photo, holds it up, then throws it on the floor.
Donnie, no. Do it.
Honey, Donald, what?
Donnie, she.
Donald, please, you can't...
She like me.
Which part, Daddy dearest? How exactly was she like you?
Oh, both of you stop this right
The gay
now.
part? Or maybe the drug addict part?
Oh, Mary, no, you don't...
Which
mean
one,
it.
Donald? Huh? Or hell, who knows? Maybe both?
He lunges at Marie, falls from the chair. Ruth hurries to his side. Marie turns away, then begins to leave the room.
Oh, Donald, baby, are you hurt? Mary Ruth, get over here. Help us. Mary Ruth. Mary.
Marie stands at the doorway.
You don't know nothing.
Marie re-enters, stands over Daddy, offers her hand.
But I'm gonna find out, Daddy. Finally.
Mary, please.
You fault. You did this.
Yeah, fine. Fuck, fine. It's mine. And it's yours, and hers, and Chrissy's, and every other girlfriend, or roommate, or best friend, or whatever else you call them. Every crappy class, every race, every ugly tattoo, every cut she dug into her poor, fucked up arms, every single one. Always. None of it was enough. Not one of us could fill up that monumental expectation that she lugged around. At the park when we were little, Mama, you remember every time you made us get off the swings, she screamed, one more time, always, just one more time. And not one more time, one more hit, one more mile, one more woman, one more A on an exam, one more anything wasn't ever enough. So yeah, it's my fault. I'm claiming my fault. Darling, honey, you hear me? I should have done something. I should have seen Now, are you glad? Can you do that? Either of you?
You get
Mama?
Let's get you up. I'm gonna put my arm around you.
it.
Mom!
Oh, you get out
Put your arm around my neck.
Mom, please.
Ruth turns away. Lights down. End of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. A few hours later, lights up in the living room. Marie is packing her things, which are carefully draped over the couch chair. Enter Ruth carrying a teacup. She watches Marie a few beats, then sits stiffly at a chair farther away from the couch. Marie looks up, stops, then continues to meticulously fold and pack. Ruth turns a few photos face up.
I think it's for the best.
Okay. Whatever you want.
Will you go back right away?
I'm not sure.
Do you have any... Can you stay with anyone?
Don't worry, Mom. It's
I
fine.
can't help what comes with the job.
Is the inn still open downtown?
As far as I know, we had our library committee meeting there last spring.
Okay, I'll check that out.
How will you get there?
Call an Uber. Maybe I'll rent a car. I don't know.
I forget. You're a big city gal. You make these arrangements all the time.
Yeah, I do.
Marie finishes packing, holds her bag on the floor, sits on the couch. They stare, not at each other.
I hated getting dark so early. Always wanted to go to Alaska at this time of year. It's like all day and night up there. One of those fancy cruises. See the northern lights.
You should have made it take you.
But this fall always makes me feel old and lonely. Does it do that to you?
I don't know.
Are you lonely, Mary Ruth?
Mom, please.
No, tell me.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess I am. Sometimes, at least. Isn't everybody?
It's a horrible feeling.
And you? Even with him?
Oh, yes. More so now. He's more work and less company. If that makes any sense.
Oh, I mean, like he was ever any company.
Your dad? Oh my goodness, yes he was.
He's always been so mean.
And funny,
And selfish.
interesting,
Cold.
but never boring. You have to admit that, even you, Mary Ruth.
Okay, I'll give you that. Was it worth it? All the things I said.
Haven't figured out that scorecard yet. How about you?
No scorecard for me?
I wish that you would
Settle?
no, not what I meant.
What?
Figure out your scorecard, I guess.
Yeah, me too. I'll tell you what, you'll be the first to know when or if I ever do. You know, I'm actually going over to their place today. I never got by before when they were,
Engaged.
yeah. So I thought I'd stop by.
It's overrun with dogs. You realize that. That's what she does, grooms and boards them. What about your allergies?
I'm not staying. I just want to see it before I go. You want me to take her the last of that Key Jello concoction?
I threw it out last night. Why are you doing this, Mary?
I told you.
You never wanted to see it before.
I don't know. Maybe she knows something.
Oh, Mary Ruth, stop.
If it would have helped something.
This is one of those things that none of us can ever know. Best to let sleeping dogs
I'm
lie.
going to try. At least ask her. So, he's,
Worn out. Luckily it didn't bring on another stroke.
oh God, something else to blame on me. He's not that delicate.
How would you know?
I don't. You're right.
So, what you said,
I'm really sorry. I just got
mad,
Whoa.
furious,
No, I wouldn't.
like him.
Whoa, I'm not like him.
Methinks the lady doth protest too much.
I hate it when you pull out Shakespeare.
Sorry. What you said before about him.
Which part? The drugs or
The other. What did you
the gay part?
Yes, that.
Come on, Mom. You didn't.
No,
suspect.
what? No, what?
Please, Mom. His perfectly pleated pants, Oscar Wilde, Liberace, for Christ's sake, and then, you know.
Enough, you don't.
Howard?
He was a good friend.
A very good friend.
Oh, stop it.
Mom, come on. Howard was
His business partner.
What business exactly?
He handled the books.
Among other things.
Oh, stop this right now. I don't have to listen.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. You asked.
I did. And I'm sorry. So you think all this means he was
Is pretty sure that club is a lifetime membership.
you, the kids, me.
Window dressing? His beard, I think they call it. So, the book I found in her.
Mine. Thought it might, I don't know, help.
Did it?
But that, even if it was true, which you can't prove, you don't think that had anything to do with Donald?
Donald being gay or this?
Either.
No, it's more likely to have been the other.
Mary, that was a long, long time ago. Lots of doctors have issues with medication. It's all the stress and the pressure.
The smorgasbord of legal shit obtained with a scribble from their indistinguishable hand.
When did you get like this?
Like what?
So vicious, so ruthless, so
Like him? I think always.
Well, you need to get some help.
Well, you want to see the receipts?
You shouldn't blame.
He was an addict, Mom.
No, he wasn't. He had a problem.
Fucking closeted.
Oh, how dare
drug
you.
addict. I'm gonna find out, if I can, if that or what it was that mattered.
Why? Why? To assuage your own guilt? Is that what those quacks tell you? Washing your hands?
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
A car horn sounds. Marie stands, takes her bag, walks to Ruth's chair.
Mom,
Maybe you shouldn't come back here.
Mom.
The horn sounds again.
Maybe you shouldn't.
Act 2, Scene 2. A few minutes later, Marie enters stage right and walks down stage carrying her bag. At far stage left, a table with clippings of dog hair is set up. A door may be seen. The sound of several dogs barking. Marie walks to the door, looks around, sniffs, and sneezes. More barking, the whir of dog litters.
Chrissy! Chrissy! Shit. Oh, God. Chrissy! Chrissy, where are you?
Chrissy emerges dressed in a work apron, covered in dog hair, more barking as the door opens.
Marie? What the? Why didn't you tell me you were coming out?
I called.
What?
I called, but you didn't pick up.
Oh, yeah, typical. Wait a minute. Ada! I said side. Steve. Sorry about that. Adolf Doberman, he has
Dominance issues?
Yeah. How'd you know?
So, lucky guess. Ugh.
off her apron, tosses it through the door. Marie continues sneezing.
Hey, wait a second. Got just the thing.
She enters the door, grabs a bottle of green liquid, hands it to Marie.
Oh, thanks, what's this?
Green tea, loaded with the great stuff. Antioxidants, all kind of good shit. Go on.
Marie unscrews the top and takes a tiny sip, almost spits it out.
Oh, must be an acquired taste, huh?
Bet you drink that diet shit, right? Aspartame, 100% poison. Take another hit.
I'm better. Thanks. You wouldn't happen to have any chairs, would you?
Don't use them.
You don't use chairs?
Nope. Horrible for you. Mess up your spine, major stresses on your neck and shoulders. Hey, but I do got this if you need it.
She steps in the door and brings out a large yoga ball.
And you want me to do what with this? Kick a goal?
This, if you gotta sit, keeps your muscles working so you stay balanced. Go on, take a load off.
Marie, still clutching her bag, sits on the ball and starts to fall.
Whoa.
Hand me that.
That's okay.
Hand it over. I'm opening all my shots.
Stop it.
She bounces a bit.
You should totally get one. Now you said you work on the computer all day. Your back will thank you.
Sound of dogs barking.
So, what's all this? First time you've been out here, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have come before when the two of you were.
Got engaged?
Yeah.
There was a nice little party. No family, of course. Bunch of our best friends. It was cool.
Did I know about it?
Nah. I asked her, but Donnie said you wouldn't. You know,
Yeah. No, she's probably right.
no biggie. Your mom and dad came out one time.
Did it really?
Yeah. Your dad wouldn't even get out of his old big old cat. But they came. Your mom was way too nice, as usual. But I could tell they didn't approve.
No, they wouldn't.
I mean, I get it. Brilliant kid, supposed to be a fancy doctor, ends up working with cooches and weed.
It's not so bad. You liked it.
That's the thing. We both did, even after we split up with the marriage thing. She still loved working out here.
That must have been awkward with the breakup and all.
Sorta. But we worked it out. Hey, drink some more of that tea.
More barking. Marie takes a drink.
I get why she liked this, though.
The place or me?
You know, kind of, I don't know. It's a clear purpose.
Yep. Dogs are good that way. Simple, no games, transparent.
Listen, Chrissy, I know I didn't never really make much of, or really any effort
It's
to.
okay. It's cool. Donnie said you had a crazy work schedule. She told me coming back home, you know, with your dad, wasn't exactly a walk in the park for you.
Yeah, but I should have.
Forget it. Can't push this line. So, unless you are here for a trim, I guess you got another reason.
Yeah, Mom said that you saw her on that day, that you were the last one.
Hey, do I need my lawyer present?
I'm just trying to figure this out.
So you can what? Head out of here with a clear conscience?
No, there's not much chance of that. Varicose veins and guilt run really hard to get.
Like I told the cops, she worked here almost all day, that last day. She didn't seem sad or mad or anything else weird or weirder than her normal.
But you said almost all day?
Did I?
Yeah. Yeah, you said she worked almost all day. What's that mean? What? Chrissy, come on, please. I really need this.
Why?
I don't know. Who else can I ask?
Shit.
Please, I need this really, truly.
Hell. Okay, what the hell? Can't hurt her now, right? Right after lunch, she started,
What? She started what?
hell,
Come on, Chrissy, what'd she do?
I saw her. She got in her car, and I shouldn't do this, talking bad about the dead and all.
I promise you she doesn't care, and it can help.
Who? Who's it gonna help?
Me? Mom? I'm not sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure this won't help your mom.
Okay, then I won't tell.
Promise?
What the hell? Okay, yeah, I promise. Now, what?
She was taking it again. That shit. In her car, I saw her.
What shit? What are you talking about?
That, prescription shit.
Prescription? How could she? Oh no, wait a minute.
Yeah,
She wasn't.
she was.
Fuck.
It's why I broke it off. I loved her a lot, but no way I'm signing for that crazy ride. I've seen what Dad's drinking done to Mom, to all of us. No way I'm going down that fucked up road again.
But how did she even
Your
get
dad's
it?
prescription pad.
Oh, shit.
How she did it, fill it out, I never figured.
Well, she and I did Mom's signature, and Donnie can do Dad's perfectly. Where did she get the pad?
She wouldn't say. When I told her she had to quit and get help or we were done, she wouldn't. I figured after your dad's fit, when she helped your mom clean out his office, she'd probably nap him then.
Did she work after lunch that day?
Just till whatever she took kicked in. Then she got messy. Nick Bucky's ear during the trim. I told her to take her sorry juiced up ass home and sleep it off.
So, did she mention talking with my mom before she went home?
Not that I remember.
Would she have? I mean, if it was important or...
She didn't report it into me. Your mom called pretty regular. Wasn't something she would tell me. Why?
Well, Mom, she called me that day, late afternoon. I guess she was worried more than normal. She wanted me to call Donna. Thought that she was bad off.
And you did.
No, I did.
So now it's all on your big shoulders.
What?
You think, cause you didn't call, she decided to do it?
Well, I mean, it looks like
Makes
it.
you pretty damn important.
Excuse me?
Big sister don't make that call and it all falls apart.
I don't really...
Hell, get a grip. You two talk, what, 2-3 times a year? Sorry to be the one to drop this on you, Marie. But you weren't that important.
Why?
I saw her every day. Every single day. I was right here when she flushed out of school. She told me most everything. Hell, I was gonna marry her. And you think that your one stinking mischance to call her pushed her over the edge?
Why would you say this to me?
You're the one who came out here asking me, remember? So I'm telling you, for once.
Yeah, I think it's probably...
Maybe you are more like your mom. Isn't she the one that refuses to listen to the facts?
Nah, you can stop right there. You don't have it right.
Just repeating what Donnie said. After all, I went to them both. Right after I found that prescription pad thing. Went over to your house. Even took one of the pages. I begged them to call the cops. Turn her in. They wouldn't do it. Your dad didn't say nothing, of course, but it was your mom who thanked me. Real nice. Right through that shit-eating smile of hers. And then asked me to leave. Polite as pie.
God, you didn't tell me.
I waited a couple of weeks. Nothing. Her still taking them, no police, no change, nothing. So I told her I knew. Told her she had to check herself into rehab. She said never again, wouldn't do it.
So that's why you broke it off.
Damn straight. I told her she could still work here for a while, but marry her? No way.
Why didn't you do it? Why didn't you turn her in when they wouldn't?
I went back over there to your folks' place. I went back and they, or more like your dad, when we started this business, I didn't have nothing to start it with.
Oh, so they led you to...
Donnie took care of all that kind of money stuff, but yeah.
So, Dad threatened to call in your loan if you turned her in?
Well,
That's selfish.
well, it might have been him behind it.
Of course it was.
Yeah, but it was your mom who said it to me. Your dad wasn't even in the room.
stands, retrieves her bag, starts to leave, turns back, hesitates, knocks on door.
Oh, hell.
CHRISSY opens door, sticks her head out.
Yeah,
So, if I did, what would that look like?
huh?
What you said counted, how would that go?
I gotta get back to the dogs.
No, CHRISSY, please. How could I do that?
I don't,
Yeah, you do. You know, so please tell me.
I don't know, shit, you show up every day. That's most of it. Be there for whatever, picking up the pieces, whatever needs to be done,
And that's it.
as far as I can tell. And that ain't easy, believe me.
No mountaintop epiphany, just putting up with shit.
You asked,
Yeah, I did.
I gotta get back. They need me.
Act 2, Scene 3. Next morning, MAREE stands outside her parents' house, holding a large box. She looks up at the house for several seconds until she sees a light come on in the living room. She throws a pebble at the window, another.
Yes? Hello? Who? Mary Ruth? Is that you? I told you.
Yeah, I couldn't come back. Thought that might not include through the window.
Oh, for heaven's sake, stop that. Mrs. Anderson will be calling the police.
Good morning, Mrs. Anderson. Don't mind us, just the usual Clark family hysterics. Hoping you won't have to call 911 this time, but just in case.
Hush this second. I'll unlock the door.
MAREE enters through the door, carrying the box.
Good morning.
We'll see. What's all this ruckus about?
You not down here yet?
No, I haven't had time to dress him.
Go get it.
I beg your pardon?
Go get Dad, Bob, please.
I'll not have you upset him again.
Yeah, but it's fine if I am. If you are,
Mary Ruth, you don't understand the first thing about taking care of somebody.
nope, you are exactly right. But I'm going to change that soon, if I can.
I hate it when you get so dramatic.
This is me, not being dramatic. Get him now.
I told you.
I heard you, but I'm not leaving till you do. I can go ask Mrs. Anderson if...
All right. But don't.
What, fucking steal anything? Pilfer your medicine cabinet?
Ruth looks at MAREE a moment, then exits. MAREE stands and begins turning all the photos of Donnie down. Enter Ruth, pushing Daddy, still in his pajamas.
Good morning, Daddy.
Good. What's so good about
The sun's shining, your loving family all around you, with one notable exception, but still, all nice and calm, well-behaved, non-dramatic.
MAREE begins picking stray dog hairs off her jacket, sneezes, drops them intentionally on the floor.
Gesundheit. What are you doing?
All these hairs, whew, buckets of smelly German-infested dog hairs.
how you now?
So you went out there.
Huh? And I've got the pelt to prove it.
Pulls off more hairs.
Chrissy's
Bingo! And you got it in one guess, clever man.
taking free trap.
You know, I kind of liked it, surprisingly, and my back feels great.
We drove out there. Your father and I. Once.
Yeah, she told me. Said you wouldn't even get out of the car.
No way.
And speaking of surprises,
I warned you. No upsetting.
oh, this isn't about your surprise and the shock. The worst of it now is about worn off, see? Can you do that, Dad? No? How about you, Mom?
What?
MAREE gets up and continues to turn over photos.
Stop this.
The pictures or the truth?
I told you. No more of your dramatics.
You remember that bad spell I went through in 5th grade, Mom?
Your pre-adolescent angst.
I'm pretty sure it was the real deal. Depression. Beginning of a long road, actually, but I think at the time I told you cramps or headache, something nebulous Dr. Dad here couldn't prescribe away.
What are you talking about?
Let me finish, please. After a while, I got tired or embarrassed to ask you for a note for my homeroom teacher.
Mrs. Levinsky.
Yep. So Donnie and I took on a little project. I perfected your signature, Mom, and she got yours. Turns out we got so good, we even fooled you two.
How?
We upped the ante, you see. I wrote little notes in your hand, and Donnie wrote some in his. Sweet little nothings like, sorry I was so cross last night, or have a nice day at the office here. Anything, just to see if we could.
I thought that was from you.
What? Really from him? Come on.
All right. All right. That's quite enough, young lady. I think you can.
Get out.
Almost done, Daddy. And then you won't have to get upset by me ever again. Promise.
I am tired of this, Mary Ruth.
Oh, me too. You have no idea how much. So anyway, after that bad 5th grade spell, I pretty much stopped with forgeries, but it turns out our Donnie didn't.
She lied me.
Apparently so.
So that crass CHRISSY told you?
Yeah, she did. All of it.
But it doesn't change the fact that she was bad off that day, that last day.
I'm sure she was, but what exactly do you mean by bad off? From what CHRISSY said, she certainly wasn't feeling any pain.
No.
In fact, she was not feeling so much pain that CHRISSY sent her home. Couldn't have her hurting the dogs because she was so damn high from taking the medication her loving daddy signed for.
I didn't do it.
Of course you didn't.
I didn't.
But you sure as hell didn't stop it when you had the chance, did you now? So what's the difference? When CHRISSY came over here, showed you the form, and begged you, both of you, to do something to stop it, to stop her, why didn't you?
What were we gonna do? Turn her in? Our own child, our own flesh and blood, for God's sake?
Yeah, Mom. Yup, that's exactly what you should have done. And because you didn't, you both
Good, stop this
I
now.
warned you not to upset him, and here you go, barging into our
Yeah, mine too, Mom. Mine. This was my house too for 18 long, agonizing years.
But it's not now, and I won't stand for it. We didn't give her that damn pad. She took it. She signed it. She picked up that poison. She's the one that went to 3 different pharmacies all over town so that they
3 different pharmacies. How?
What?
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight.
How do you know the truth?
You gave them your consent? You let her keep doing it?
They wouldn't caught her. We had seen it was her. Put it in the paper, not to mention the legal repercussions. Your dad, he worked so hard to build his business. Did Johnny? You remember all the days and nights he wasn't home here with us? The most respected doctor in the county.
You told me it was me.
And did nothing.
Of course we didn't. We called her. You know that, Donald. I went to see her. I tried to talk some sense into her. But when she took that stuff, she wasn't herself. She looked right at me and lied and say, promise me anything. Eyes so dark I could see my reflection.
You not doctor.
Oh, we know perfectly well who's the only brilliant doctor in this
You
family.
can't do
What?
it.
Can't do what? Make a decision on my own? I have been alone in this marriage for years, just one of thousands I've had to make on my own.
Mom, surely you see
You
why
think this house just magically took care of itself? Who called the plumber when the toilets are overflowing? Who removed the raccoon when the raccoon had babies in the attic? Who made sure all the neighbors didn't park on your precious lawn? keep the monsters out there, away from us.
Now, how about the one sitting right here, Mom?
Both of them?
Really? It's a little late to call a spade now, don't you think?
Why you? I tried to love you. I tried
By the way,
to
Mom,
love all of you.
Before I go,
Every
I
single
was
day
wondering if I
of
could
your
talk
life.
to you.
But it was near impossible. Even when I had to run the other way, it was then.
And when that's not enough, what then? You smile and pose for one of these pictures. You don't deserve this. Not
She
one of
walks
them.
purposely around the room, taking every photo of Donnie. Ruth tries to stop her. Marie shakes her off. Daddy spins in useless circles. She places him in the box.
Please, prom, junior year. You remember this slinky tangerine number? Science fair, I think. What, maybe 6th grade? Yeah, let's see. She won again that year, so this must have been.
Stop this now.
And then there's this one.
They're all I have
Well,
left.
hey, that's not true. You still have that. Right there. Best doctor in the
She
county.
looks around, picks up a candy bowl on the table, empties it, placing it on Daddy's head.
Your prize. Congratulations. And that is exactly what you deserve.
You haven't cared one lick about anything but yourself.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. I did it. And that's why I'm taking these pictures. Maybe I can do better taking care of these.
Marie picks up box and begins to leave.
And don't come back, ever. You hear? You hear me, Mary Ruth? You did too. You hear?
She slams the door. Act 2, Scene 4. Same time, lights up in the living room. Ruth and Daddy sit silently in opposite corners in near darkness.
I hate this.
What? What do you hate? Ruth? Ruth?
Fucking darkness.
Oh. Never hear you say fucking.
Ruth rises, turns on a single lamp.
Why didn't you ever take me?
Huh?
I asked you every year about this time. Alaska. I hate the fall, always have. Alaska!
Oh!
Only thing I ever asked you for.
That's not the only thing, remember?
She turns, looks at the remaining photos, and starts to take down several.
What are you doing?
Ruth continues taking them down, turning them over.
Ruth, tell me why.
Both of them.
Who?
We've managed to
We.
lose both of them.
She finishes turning over every single photo of Marie. Only 2 photos remain.
We didn't do it.
Oh, yes, we did, Donald. We most certainly did. Both of us.
She picks up the last 2 photos.
She do it all it.
Our wedding photo and your mom and dad's 50th anniversary. That's it. All you and I have to show of our 43 long years together.
She turns off the light she lit. She sits back opposite Daddy.
Should have taken one, both of you.
Oh.
You and Howard.
What? Oh.
You could add it to these 2.
No, they're okay.
Really?
You, me.
Ruth stands, pulls out her coat and purse.
Do they still have bars in this town?
What?
Bars, drinks. People who can't stand being inside what they've made of their lives.
You don't drink.
How the hell would you know what I do or don't do.
She exits.
Rude, you come back now.
Tries to walk his own, then tries to wheel himself to it, only turning circles and more circles.
Rude, you come back right now, Rude.
Act 2, Scene 5. The same day, an hour or so later, Marie walks up to CHRISSY's place carrying the box filled with photos. The whir of clippers is heard along with some parking. The ball is where she left it. Marie sets the box carefully on the ground, sits, bounces, breathes, looks around. The whirring stops. CHRISSY steps out carrying a tea. She watches Marie a few seconds, re-enters, gets another tea, hands one to Marie. They toast and drink.
So, good to stay away?
No, weirdly enough, this is the only place I wanted to be.
Good vibes. Happy animals get along. Like pheromones or something.
I wouldn't think all dogs like getting clipped.
It's these magic hands. Nothing can resist my touch.
Oh, it's quite a responsibility.
Who knows? So, is this your final stop before you head back to the concrete jungle?
Sort of.
Did you tell them?
Marie nods, sips her tea, bounces on the ball.
I'm not sure that was good.
Me either.
They're old.
And responsible.
We all got our shit.
True, but they are or were the parents.
So, you think that gate comes from instructions?
No, but the Hippocratic Oath does do no harm. Imagine that. No harm.
Hard as I try, almost every day I slip up and cut one of my pooches. Much as I love them, luckily dogs got short memories and big hearts.
That's what I was thinking.
What's that?
Somebody should require a practice course for expectant parents. Make them at least own a pet before they bring home that first screaming brat.
Wouldn't want to inflict that on my animals.
True. Maybe some scientist somewhere can perfect a practice computer kid or something.
Years to science and better pet owners and parents.
They toast again. Marie bounces, sneezes.
So, why you really out here?
I'm probably not coming back here to this town ever again.
I get that.
I'm just sorry I didn't get to know you better, Chrissy.
Yeah? Me too. You remind me of her when she was good. Sure sound like her. Almost exactly the same. I'm gonna miss that. Maybe sometime if you get a minute, you could, call once in a while. Let me hear that voice.
Yeah. No, I can do that. You were good for her,
Yeah. Not good enough. That's it.
Before I go, I was wondering.
Man. Don't tell me you're about to propose.
I don't think that's on my scorecard.
Huh?
Nothing. It's just, I was thinking that I might actually want a dog.
No way! With your allergies?
I read somewhere they used to give little Mexican kids with asthma a chihuahua. Turns out it helps with their allergies, something about being exposed to what seems to hurt them. Crazy, but it works.
So, what you wanted to know.
Yeah, I thought I'd see if you had a spare chihuahua in a closet or something.
Not right now. But I'll make some calls. I got tons of good canine connections. So this is only about your allergies.
No, it's sort of my practice run.
Come again?
See if I can do better with something else besides me. Count for something, maybe.
Huh. And if it doesn't work?
Then I'll call you, and you can bring your magic hands up and rescue us all.
I don't get my
close to Marie, looking her directly in the eye.
You ready for this?
Marie takes a step back. Chrissy moves in.
Are you? Yeah, I guess.
Not good enough. You sure you're ready to take on another being? Another wife?
Wow, I'm not.
Are you? Every day, every night. Whatever mess they make or get into.
Yeah, I hope I am, yeah.
Good. You passed. Congrats.
Was that it?
Yep, just made it up, actually. So, you feel like it was, serious, which it is.
Absolutely.
You got a name picked out?
Is this another part of the test?
Might be. Do you?
Sure. Howard.
And if it's a bitch?
Then we should get along just fine.
No, I mean like if.
No, I know. Howie, if it's a girl.
Okay. So, I'll call you when I find your Howie or Howard.
Do you have my number?
Yeah, I got all Donnie's numbers. She made sure I had all of her important ones.
And she had mine on that list?
Of course she did. Right at the top.
I told you I had a good cast. Hey, yes, with it. Hey.
No.
Now remember, no more than 3 rehearsals. It's just freaking incredible. By the way, it's a hard play to do.
You have a stable parent?
Do you know? Well, not physically. Not sure how to take
I've
it.
got a quick question,
Yeah.
and it's for either Marilynn or Ivan or both of you. Did you personally know people, who had suffered from strokes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen, people who had strokes.
And who knew them well? I don't remember, but I have seen people that had strokes, and I know what it looks like. Well done. Yeah, I've known people who had strokes, I've known people who had strokes, I've known, yeah.
I wondered where the language came from when you were writing and how you find the voice of someone who has had a stroke if you haven't had direct contact with them.
Well, Jim's dad had a stroke, for the last few years of his life, was disabled. I don't know that his speech was quite as complicated, so that was definitely something that was, came on with. Somebody, yes.
I'm curious, when you were writing, what were you thinking about the character arcs from where they began to where they ended? Because that's one thing that I've noticed about these characters.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, what were you thinking when you were doing that?
That's a big question. I think, a lot of my process is, I don't know everywhere, I don't like to I don't have to know where everything goes. So once I know my characters, I give them a little bit of discretion to go where they need and want to go. And then in the rewrite process, you know, I work on it if need be. But I didn't know exactly how Marie would be. But and she surprised me. And this script is not new, and I've had it for a while, and it surprised me when I reread it. So and that delights me. I don't have to. I'm not a writer who has to be real prescriptive, and I have to know everything. I think part of the fun magic for me is when I'm surprised, and that's when I'm most delighted, when somebody does something that I didn't anticipate and I didn't mean, and that's when I just feel like, you know, I'm sitting on some magic here.
Like I said, it was a character arc, it was particularly from Mom's persona in scene 1 to what actually happens later.
Yeah.
So there's a interesting tension between what you wrote on the page and then what you perform.
Yeah.
That was.
I'll take that one.
Yeah.
It was on the page. It was on the page. I think one of Marilyn's strengths, and I've read a large number of your plays, a large-ish number of your plays, she writes women really well. She knows how they talk, she knows how they express themselves, she knows when they're saying something that they're not really saying, or when they're saying something else but mean something else, and it's right there. And really for me, finding what it is that she had there was really simple. It was just there. It was the thing that we all do, at least women, maybe just some women, I don't know, we all put on our happy face in bad times, when there's company there, when you don't want to make somebody mad, because ladies don't make people mad. We put on our happy face, and that's all there. You know, the way that Ruth handles the day of her daughter's funeral is by being the hostess. Instead of sitting in a corner and crying, which she wants to do. She has a lot of things she has to take care of. I mean, she has her daughter's fiance, ex-fiance, in the house with her. You know, she's got a lot of things that she's stuffing down. So I think that Marilyn and I were talking about that last night, that she gets to the point where she cannot put that fucking happy face on one morning.
You lost the pearls.
That's right.
Her giver shitter was broken.
Yes, sir.
So I found it interesting that you told the story of the fifth character, and they never appear on stage. So it was through the experience of all the other characters that we learned about this character that we never heard one word from, never saw them. But that character missing from the stage wrote the story, because they were the center of the story. So I just found that very interesting. I'm curious how you decided for us never to actually meet Donnie.
Well, that question implies that I write very purposefully. Which of course I do. I don't know, I never considered that. I mean, I think, because the whole thing, it hinges on her being gone. You know, there's not a way that we, and one thing that kind of brings up, not exactly, but sort of, you know, when you see this fully staged, the photographs, we talked about that, are really are, and they would be so much a part of it, and I don't know how big, you know, I can even see it, maybe projected on a screen, you know, in all kinds of magic ways.
I mean, in my mind, I can imagine from the description, all those photographs
Yeah,
as sort of like the method you use for flashing.
yeah, exactly.
Marilyn.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
but, within herself, she just seemed more confident and was able to move on with her life and accept what happened
Yeah.
to her sister and her sister like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So playing about suicide doesn't, you don't have to just all be, we don't all immediately go to God. Yeah. And you know, I think the moments of levity that are in here are so necessary, because you could get, it's just too much, you know. But they're funny. Even the dad's funny. You know, it's at times he can be funny, which is probably necessary. Yes, ma'am?
Marilynn, your plays are so, always so powerful about hard subjects, and they're really instructive. And I think that a really important thing about this is that the family secret got out.
Yeah.
In a very painful way, when there's the family secrets.
Yeah.
And that's redemptive, because not doing that can lead to things that happen. And I just appreciate so much you're doing this, and putting it in the world.
Well, thank you. I don't think Marie could have gone on if she hadn't have figured it all out.
Yeah, true.
Or figured her part out, you know.
You're right, and I think that everybody else too, it needed to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Because everybody had a role or an interest in this.
What do you think of these actors? What do you have to say, actors, anything? They got us open.
Doing anything with Marilynn at all is always cathartic. There's something, the lid is always being blown off of something. And, you know, I think as a whole, as a society, you know, we, play it pretty safe and pretty polite. I can't imagine, you know, standing at post family member's funeral and deciding to, that was when we were going to discuss like my father being gay or something.
That kind of thing comes up. If you can
Well,
just in my
see, to me, that's how it, anything I've ever done with Marilynn is how it's how it should be. Like, blow it up. You know, because why leave it all boxed in? You know, like I love doing this. This is awesome.
Well, as somebody asked me before I go, remember, you know, this is not community theater. So I never have any expectation of having anything done locally. I don't. And so it's so fun to even do a reading. It's magical for me to have that. And to get to work with people of this caliber. And this is the truth, and I was thinking of this yesterday after rehearsal. I have worked with people off-Broadway. I have worked with people in LA. I can tell you the people on the stage are as good as any actors I have worked with. And that is not hyperbole. That is the truth. And that's freaking impossible. How did this happen? How did we all coalesce and become, you know, how do I have people in the audience who I had to coerce and plead, but thank you for coming. You know, this doesn't happen in a small place. This shouldn't be, but thank
Talk about the
God.
people everywhere.
Yeah.
That you'd never expect.
Oh, by the way, I do have a full performance coming up in February here. You wouldn't expect, which is another light little ditty about my eugenics program. So please, and I hope that some of the folks that you see up here will be on that stage. So, you can go with this. I would love to see us do something like this as a conference, because this is pastoral care all over the place. This is our lives. It's your lives. But we are not trained for this, and this is an excellent playground for that. She ain't like the preachers I grew up with. I'm glad. Yes, miss?
I just love the fact that there was no good guy, bad guy, you know, every character had so many positive things, but so many character flaws, you know, and it just felt real. It just felt like human beings, how we all, you know, we're all messy. And that was really, you did a great job portraying that. And then I love Donald here, who has a disability, was an asshole. And this is coming from a parent with a child with a disability, like, really, okay? But you were funny.
I had a stroke.
You were an asshole before that.
That's a disability.
Mine as well.
Yeah, another one, Marilyn.
Yes, miss?
I just building off of the, revealing the family secret and the power of that being exposed, but also from the pastoral kind of ministry, I mean, it's like it really hits home. You never know, we all have a story. We all have these family secrets. We all are products of our upbringing, good or bad, and at some point you have to come to a personal revelation of where I'm gonna go with this now. And so really the humanity and the extraordinary of the ordinariness of all of us is really powerful. I mean, it's just like, it's not this Hollywood, it's not this, it's all on a very personal level. I think it touches everybody, because we all have a skeleton, we all have some, my brother used to say, we're all a wounded dog that hit someone, and we're all trying to heal in some way. I mean,
I think that,
I think that's very powerful.
and I think, for me as a playwright, I want that quote, because I think that's
I was
what.
just thinking the same
yeah,
thing.
I think that's what I probably want to be doing, is exposing that sort of thing.
These last several insights have caused me to think that it isn't the heart of almost every play the difficulty and maybe the possibility of being human and humane at the same time.
I think so. The stuff I wanna see, yes. Yes, ma'am.
I think my favorite part of it was being shown how cathartic and necessary taking responsibility for something you've done that hurts yourself and probably hurt another, how vitally important it is to see that. Because I think, for me at least, there's times where I felt like if I were to actually say it and admit it, then I don't know what would happen, But to see that there's on the other side of it, how the character moves on from it, and the world didn't end, and it was hard, yes, but it's so important. So I love that is shown to the audience through that.
I'm just curious, I mean, you all up here were so talented, and just what a joy to watch. I mean, you should be famous, like, where are you headed from here? Anyone?
Straight to bartending, no.
I'm headed home.
All right, people, be serious. I'm a school teacher, I teach high school theater. I'm also the costumer here at this show. at this place. The Imperial Circus.
You told me, how many shows have you done in Rockingham?
In my life, not in Rockingham, in my lifetime, 51 shows.
Wow.
And that started back in college in 1974. And it's kind of off and on, but it's been a total of 51 shows on stage. And I played drums, and I played for about 25 shows in the pit band or pit orchestra. I'm a graphic designer. That's what I do for a living, and an illustrator. I'm illustrating children's books these days. And I just auditioned for a lot of shows over the years. Just have something to do. People to be around, and got to make a lot of friends. It's not something I would do for a living. I have had people, not to toot my horn, I have had people say, you go to New York or Hollywood and other things. Put on makeup every night. It's fun while you do it, but it's nice when it's over.
I was a school teacher. I taught for 6 years, and in a perfect dreamland, dream world, I would do this every minute of every single day. I love this so much. God, I love it so much. Even
You can have all my parts.
well, yeah,
What did you teach?
say again?
What did you teach?
English. So, but Shakespeare, I mean, all of it. I've been teaching, but now I'm not more in, bartending and waitressing and bouncing around. But if you told me right now that all I could take was a shirt on my back, but I can walk out the door and be specifically on stage every night, I would do it until I died. I love it so much. So I don't know who knows, but.
I've been acting for a while. I think the first show I ever done was I was like 4 years old, and I've done some on-screen stuff. But my first film was actually with Marilynn, or You Wouldn't Expect, and I've just always had, like, since I was little, I've always had a passion for acting. And thankfully, I had a support parent that was just like, all right, we're gonna get you where you need. So yeah, I'm on that path of becoming a financially successful actor. So then I substitute teach and bartend.
Otis, tell about your.
First, I just want to say thank you, Marilynn, for involving me in this. I think you're an absolute genius. I've always thought.
Oh, stop.
I've always thought so, and it's just always been so intriguing to work with you because you're so deep. I mean, anybody that quotes Shakespeare for crying out loud, But yeah, this has been a good experience, and it's been a good experience, working with you. And I mean, I just retired from the library, the H.D. Cooley Library in Nashville. So after 10 years there, and I literally couldn't go anywhere because I'd be walking down an aisle in Walmart, and I'd hear a little voice say, "Oh, look, Mommy, it's the library man." And I don't want to hold y'all, but I had a little boy, his name was, and I tell this story often in the library, his name was Seth, and he's probably this big now, but when he was that little, he said, "Mr. Otis, do you know how to do the floss?" Y'all remember when the floss was? He said, "Do you know how to do the floss, Mr. Way down here. You know how to do the floss, Mr. Otis?" And I said, "No, Seth, I don't know if I do." So Seth starts demonstrating floss to me and everything. And he said, now, Mr. Otis, now you try it. And I did what I thought I could do with it. But I was doing everything he was doing. And little Seth, this big, y'all, when I got finished doing what I thought he told me to do, showed me to do, this big, Mr. Seth said to me, and Matt didn't say anything. He just looked at me and he just said,
You never know when we're in one of these talk racks. Well, thank y'all, I appreciate it again, and, come back in February. I think we're gonna be, there's somebody in that booth? I think we're gonna be in, the Booker T. Theater, which is fitting in some ways because that was the African American theater. And if you don't know anything about, North Carolina eugenics, by the, sixties, North Carolina was targeting poor black women for sterilization. So in some ways it's really interesting, that that's coming around now with what we're facing in this country with our reproductive rights. So